Aviation expert Miles O'Brien. So, Miles, we know the plane sent out this Mayday 2 minutes before the crash after a warning about birds. How do you assess that? Could a bird strike be the reason for this gear failure?
Maybe, Pamela, but this is a real mystery. A lot of aviation experts are scratching their heads on this one. Now, this is an airport that is on the coast, and it is routine for notifications by air traffic control to go to aircraft indicating bird activity might be a problem. So I don't want to go too far down that road without considering other options. There is video which seems to indicate they lost their right engine, potentially, which might have led to that Mayday call. Now, the sequence of events which put them on that runway without landing gear and without their flaps. In other words, they were not at all in the landing configuration, which would have slowed the airplane down. Even if you didn't have the landing gear operative, you would have wanted to slow down that aircraft as much as possible. And I should point out, if you lose an engine, that doesn't mean you lose the ability to put down the flaps or, for that matter, the landing gear. The landing gear can be brought down even with a complete hydraulic failure, simply by pulling on some emergency switches, which allow the gear to fall down gravity. So it's a real head scratcher right now, Pam, as to what the sequence of events were. Clearly, this was a flight crew that was managing an emergency. There was a Mayday call, but how is it that it ended up on the runway pretty much in the cruise flight condition? No flaps, no slats, no landing gear.
So, the plane hit something at the end of the runway. It's not yet totally clear what that was. Why was something at the end of a runway to begin with, though?
Well, this is, to me, the most tragic part of what we just witnessed. There's an antenna system that needs to be lined up with the center line of the runway. It's part of the instrument landing system that airliners use to get you on the ground on that dark and stormy night. It's called the localizer, and it just basically keeps the airplane on the center line. And those antennas need to be where the runway center line is. Now, what's unusual about this and dangerous is those antennas were built on top of a mound with reinforced concrete. So it was a rather significant barrier right at the end of the runway, which didn't give the airliner much overrun capability. In the US and frequently at many other airports, what they would do is put those antennas as sort of breakaway antennas, kind of frangible towers that the airplane would have gone through and would have caused much less damage. Also in the US, at more than 100 runways now, we have these engineered blocks at the end of the runway, which are designed to collapse under the weight of an aircraft. And that obviously was not present here either.
Miles O'Brien, very sad. Thank you.